going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Well, CD, you see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and these guys, they've been hearing the mantra next man up since their Friday night light games in high school. It's 3 simple words, but they're absolutely perfect to use, and everyone has adopted them. Next guy up, do your best.
3rd and 3.
Here we go. 18. That's right.
Throwing now is Stroud. Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps an early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came to expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7.
7-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24.
It's a gain of 11. Complete to Luther Burden. A gain of 11.
Stroud.
1st down, Houston.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. You talk about this Chiefs defense. But right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
A throw right side caught by Neighbors. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. And Stroud now to throw. That is caught. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
He was covered by Denzel Ward.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And they'll send out their punter now. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. If you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Mahomes now to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, you look at this defense. Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the #1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Andy Reid, some say always unpredictable, and here he says, we're going for it on 4th down. They'll run with Barkley. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So the drive will continue. After the conversion on 4th, they'll work from the 20 on 1st down. And Mahomes will do it himself. This is caught. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs go up by 2 touchdowns.
Makes the score.
Aubrey good with a PAT. And it's now 14-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
First down and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Sitting in 1st place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Looking for Wright, and he finds him. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. A huge play there for Houston. 44 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And he'll be taken down after big yardage, but, folks, there is a flag down, and they're already walking this one back.
All right.
Stroud to throw it. And that is incomplete.
Well, the gap man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Stroud. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Stroud and company going for it. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Now here's Mahomes. They'll let this go deep for St. Brown. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 48 yards. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Makes the score.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they have the game here followed by the open date on the calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Stroud looking to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Dexter Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. Gibbs straight ahead. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. So they bring out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll take this deep in his own territory. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter from Arrowhead, it's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. They'll come up now 3rd and 3. They'll go to Barkley again. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down.
7-yard gain. And the Kansas City Chiefs.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he fires one incomplete.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
This is caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs are able to add on to their first half lead. Aubrey good with a PAT. And that makes the score 28-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so this is going to be whistled dead, and the ball's going to be placed up at the 40-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Stroud. Open man down the field. That's Burden. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
At the 34-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Stroud. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
At the 20-yard line.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
And 10 yards to go.
Again, it's Stroud. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your dead. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A big-time sack there on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. But, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now, that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that one, that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Second and 10.
At the 41-yard
Now Mahomes. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one, not to have another turnover on his ledger.
That's to the left side where he's got balance. 21 yards there, a big play on 4th down. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. They go play fake. Mahomes. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Mahomes going to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Barkley will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Mahomes takes it himself, and he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Chiefs have taken a 5-touchdown lead. The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And a rout is on here in this first half. And that's going to be short of the landing zone. It doesn't make it there, so that means the ball is going to come out to the 40. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. That is incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try to get those yards a safer way.
Throwing now is Stroud. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Chiefs are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well. The offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Now a 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. They've been brilliant, perfect on 4th down so far, 3 for 3, and they're going to try again here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, And they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And that will force a turnover on downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Stroud sets up the play action. He's got it complete to Gibbs. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
31 yards. Complete to Jahmyr Gibbs.
Here we go.
1st and goal, Houston.
Two jet. With the hot.
And Stroud now to throw. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. Touchdown! David Montgomery from 3 yards out. And the Oilers are able to claw one back.
The kick is good.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. DK Metcalf, 64 yards. And the Chiefs just continue to roll. Aubrey good with a PAT. And the route is on here in this first half. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone, so this will be blown dead, and they'll move it up to the 40. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Another run for Gibbs here. And they can't bring him down. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
It's a gain of 22.
That good for 22 and a 1st down. Now Stroud. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Alrighty.
Stroud to throw it. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
And the Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now here's Mahomes. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Here we go. Go.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he stopped immediately there.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Buffalo 18. Here we go.
2nd and 9 now. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. He's going to have the first down and then some. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. DK Metcalf in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs will extend their lead here just before halftime. It's complete. And he is going to get in for the 2. Although there is a flag on the field, but it looked like a defender jumped. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And this will wind up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
19 Tiger.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. The first half, no contest. What will the second half bring? As we are back and underway on EA Sports. And a pretty poor kick here. It doesn't make it to the landing zone. And that means they'll move the ball out to the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw here. That's caught left side, Burden. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
It's a gain of
60 vices, 60 vices. Here we go.
On the give, here's Gibbs. Able to push his way through. Still on his feet. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, his struggles continue. Open targets, and he keeps missing them, pressing way too much. He may have a big arm, but until he learns how to harness it and have some touch, he's going to continue to struggle.
This one swung out to Montgomery. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down, they just said, we've got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. The fourth down pass play doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. His throw is going to be incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bowers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit, give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they?
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Brock Bowers from 19 yards away. And the Chiefs have now opened up a 7-touchdown lead. Unbelievable. The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back. All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well. So get some...
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about it.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Brock Bowers with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Chiefs take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
The score, Chiefs,
Aubrey good with a PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. They bring their punter out there now as he's on to punt for Houston. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. And he'll take it just outside the 40. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception's really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
And a first down. A 28-yard gain. First down, Houston.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Coverage by Dexton Hill.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This is taken in by McBride. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A huge play there for Houston. 51 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Luther Burden from 3 yards out. And the Oilers are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Point after, right down the middle. So they do get 1 score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. That's to the left side where he's got Burns. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
To throw, it's Mahomes. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 36 yards on the play. And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure with still a handful of games left to play, 5,000 yards is not totally out of the realm of possibility. The way he is playing, I think he's going to.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Saquon Barkley with career touchdown number 145, tying it with Marcus Allen for 6th on the all-time list. And the Chiefs get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down. I know the special teams coach will not permit himself a smile here, but inside, he's glowing. This is what he practices for. This is what he schemes. This is what he watches tape to put himself and his team in a position to score points. An absolute dream return.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
2nd and 1. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Ready?
And the first down.
Come on.
Hey,
Back to throw again. Open man down the field. That's Burden. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Luther Burden, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Oilers are able to at least get one score back.